I am going to try to save over 1 kilogram of weight off of this bike by upgrading 5 key areas without spending an absurd amount of money. Now right now this bike weighs 8.5 kilograms. So I want to find out just how light we can make this bike, and you can put your guesses in the comments section down below. Right, let's find out what we're going to change. Okay, so what are these key upgrades that I'm going to make to my bike? Well, first one, we're going to go with the inner tubes. Oh, next, we're going to go with a set of tyres. 1 and 2, super lightweight. Then we're going to upgrade the saddle. Oh, that was a good catch. And then with your lightweight saddle, you're going to need a saddlebag packed with lightweight spares. And I'm also going to upgrade the cassette. Wait, don't throw the cassette. That could be dangerous. So why have I chosen these areas to upgrade? Why do I think they're going to make my bike lighter? But not only that, I'll also explain how they can offer other advantages too. Right, let's figure out getting the upgrades on the bike. Okay, right, first area we're going to focus on are our inner tubes and the tyres. I'm kind of going to combine these in as one, but we'll discuss the savings that are able to be had across each of the different parts. So, inner tubes first. Now, pretty much every single bike out there, regardless of price, has got a butyl inner tube. It's that black rubbery like inner tube, which everyone has been familiar with. And they've basically been around for pretty much forever. However, technology has evolved and we now have something like this. It's a TPU inner tube or thermoplastic. Yes, they're more expensive, but they're considerably lighter and more compact. Now we're going to change both of the inner tubes, and compared to a standard butyl inner tube, we're going to save in the region of 120 grams. So one like this, about 38 grams. Your standard inner tube is just over 100 grams, some perhaps even heavier. But a TPU inner tube like this has a magic party trick up its sleeve, which is something that we'll discuss later on in this video. Because combined in with our upgraded lightweight inner tubes, we're of course going to want some lightweight tyres. These are quite literally the lightest tyres that I could get my hands on from Pirelli. They are the P0 Race TT tyre. These are super lightweight and we're going to go for a 26mm width, which is going to save me around 120 grams compared to the pair of tyres that I've got fitted to the bike, which is still a performance tyre, but they're more of an all-season, all-conditions tyre with a bit of added puncture protection. These are also in a 30mm width, so we've got some saving from going for a narrower width, as well as changing the tyre type and construction. So all in, I think we've got the potential, saving close to 300 grams here. Let's get these things fitted. I think it actually feels lighter already. Okay, tyres and inner tubes have got us about a third of the way to our 1 kilogram weight saving, which is fantastic news. But now the savings are going to get a little bit more expensive and a little more difficult, and we'll have to go thinking outside of the box. Hence why the next area of weight saving is going to be the spares that they're carrying onto your bike. Now this is an area I always see people overlooking when they're trying to save a little bit of weight off the bike. I mean, tell me the last time you went out and rode your bike without carrying some spares with you. Basically never. So this is the kind of setup I think I would say your typical person would have. A fairly chunky saddlebag, packed inside. You've got easiest, obvious spares. You've got a butyl inner tube, same as what you had in tyres the first time. You've got probably a second butyl inner tube. You've then got a couple of metal tyre levers, some strong but basic ones here, and then also a fairly chunky multi-tool with a number of sections on it which you're probably not actually going to use. I mean, this one, for example, has got a chain tool on it. I mean, when was the last time you ever saw someone snap a chain out on your bike? Well, my answer would be probably a couple of years. So if we pile all this stuff back in to our rather large saddlebag and then stick it onto the scales, we can then see what the slimmed down, more compact, lightweight version looks like. So, scales on, 0 those, saddlebag on, pump, let's balance that on there. That is 753 grams. Now, okay, if we move to my more compact, lightweight saddlebag, let me show you here. Okay, tucked underneath, we've got compact, spares, the essentials that you need, lightweight, minimalist. And then inside my saddlebag, we've taken the little party trick that the TPU has to offer, because I've got 2 TPU inner tubes packed inside my saddlebag, combined with 1 plastic tire lever, which is gonna not only save space, it's crucially gonna save weight. And then I'm still carrying a pump. Pump's essential to carry. Well, I've got a carbon fiber pump, of course, haven't I? Right, let's stick our upgraded lightweight spares onto the scales. So 0, yeah. 298 grams. I mean, that is absolutely insane. That's like a 450 gram saving, which is actually way more than I ever thought of. Like, look how small and compact it is. It's also going to make your bike look a lot cooler. Maybe even super nice for the bike vault with compact accessories like this on there. Right, let's move to our next area that we're going to look to upgrade, and I think we're going to focus on the cassette. Okay, cassette's next, and now I've been pretty excited to show you this super shiny, bling, lightweight cassette. For a little while now, I've actually taken it off of one of my bikes at home. So in order to use the cassette as a way to save weight off your bike, unfortunately, you're gonna have to splash out an extra bit of cash. Now, the cassette that was fitted to my bike is an Ultegra 12-speed 11 to 34, and I'm not gonna be cheating here and just fitting a super lightweight, teeny tiny cassette. We're keeping the ratios the same. So, the weight of the Ultegra cassette is 341 grams. Whereas the weight of this super lightweight one-piece machined steel cassette is 226 grams. Now, by my quick maths, that is about 120 grams saving. Significant again, but it's important to note a super lightweight cassette such as this is going to cost you a fair chunk of money. We're talking in the region of nearly $300 for something like this, which is actually a little bit more than Dura Ace, but also it's ever so slightly lighter than Dura Ace. So I had an Ultegra cassette as my starting point, but if you say had 105 in the same ratio, you can expect to have about another 30 to 40 grams saving. Okay, last area for our weight saving hacks here, and we're onto the saddle. So that's 4 out of our 5 areas ticked off the list so far. I think we've made some considerable savings, but I'm slightly apprehensive because changing the saddle, I'm not entirely sure is going to yield us enough weight saving to hit that 1 kilogram marker, but you can let me know in the comments section down below if you think I'm going to make it. So this is my usual saddle. It's the Italia Novus Boost Evo special edition in the brown suede. I blooming love this saddle, but I can totally appreciate lots of people give me a hard time for using this saddle. So I'm going to be switching it out. Currently, this saddle is 165 grams, which I think by most people's standards is pretty blooming light as well. So the weight savings I've got to be made here could be more if I was using a cheaper saddle as my starting point. But nonetheless, I've gone all out. I've got the lightest saddle I could get my hands on. I had to borrow it from Dr. Oliver Bridgewood. This bad boy, the C59 from Italia, super thin carbon fiber saddle, carbon fiber rails, carbon fiber base, hasn't even got any padding on it. And as the name suggests, well, it's 59 grams. So by my calculations, that is a saving of 106 grams to be had here. Let's get the saddle on, and then most importantly, we're gonna have to weigh this bike and see if all of this hard work was actually worth it. Let's do it. So those are the 5 areas that I really think are most important to focus on when first trying to save about a kilogram weight off of your bike. But before we weigh this bike and find out if we've succeeded, and if so, how much weight we've actually saved, I think it's important to address the fact that there's still lots of other areas that you could look to save weight off of your bike. And everyone's starting point for this project or weight saving goal is going to be slightly different. Now, I've already got a performance orientated bike that's got performance parts fitted to it. So the savings that I've made have actually been relatively conservative, I would say, but still there's other areas you could focus on. You could use a lightweight stem, lightweight handlebars, super light rotors, lightweight pedals, lightweight cranks, lightweight chain. I mean, the list goes on, to be honest, but these are the areas that I've chosen which I feel offer the best bang for your buck and are not gonna absolutely destroy your bank account. But let's be clear, it's still not super cheap. All in, I think the areas and parts which I've changed, you're probably looking at somewhere in the region of just under £1,000. So still significant. Right, let's get this crucial weigh-in done. Drum roll, please. .37. It's actually ever so slightly lighter than I last weighed it. So that is a 1.12 kilogram weight saving. Mission achieved. Okay, so that pretty much draws this video to a close. A couple other points I want to run through here. The amount of weight that I've just saved, 1.2 kilograms for argument's sake, if that was going to cost you £1,000, that's close to £1 a gram, which by my eyes is absolutely ridiculous and is also particularly expensive. But there's one more really, really important thing to consider here, which I've not yet mentioned, and I think lots of people often overlook, and that is the fact that nearly everybody sat watching this video, myself included, in reality could probably just lose 1 kilogram of body weight, perhaps even more, for completely free. Now, I mean, we could perhaps just ride our bikes a little bit more, perhaps have one less cake every single week, and then we'd save the same amount of weight with zero cost. But hey, where's the fun in that, right? Personally, I enjoy looking at all the different technical aspects of my bike and upgrading it, looking after it, and all of the shiny stuff really draws me in, but each to their own, hey. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any weight-saving hacks of your own that you want to share with everybody. And if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because it really helps support our channel. Right, I'm out of here to go enjoy my new lightweight bike. I should probably actually give Ollie his saddle back as well. So, still actually, if I saved 1.12 kilograms, still under the kilogram marker with a normal saddle on. Right, anyway, it's enough chat from me. I'm out of here, bye.